Hey guys, it's Hazeltail, and I completely forgot to film an intro for this video. This is a tutorial for a natural summer makeup look. The first thing I did was spray the Urban Decay B6 Prep Spray all over my skin. And then while that's setting into my skin, I use a lip balm. This is one of the Jack Black Intense Therapy lip balms. Then I applied the Neutrogena Oil-Free Moisture for Combination Skin all over my face, on my eyes, and down my neck. This is the moisturizer I use every day. It's not too heavy, and it's not scented, and it doesn't break me out. And then this is when I was supposed to use my CeraVe Eye Repair Cream, but I managed to completely forget that too. And for this look, I'm not using a traditional liquid foundation. I'm going right in with concealer, which is the Revlon ColorStay Concealer in Fair. I dot that onto my blemishes, and then I blend it out using a somewhat fluffy brush. It's actually meant for eyeshadow, but I use it for concealer. And I pat around the edges of the concealer to blend it. You could use that Revlon concealer for your under eyes, but I tried something different. I have a sample of the BareMinerals Stroke of Light Eye Brightener, and I think it's in shade 2, but it doesn't say. And I applied that under my eyes, just like swiped on my eye circles, and then blended it out with the same brush. Then to set everything, I used the Laura Geller Baked Balance and Brighten foundation in Porcelain, and this is actually the only foundation I'm using. To set my concealer under my eyes, I used the Bake Balance and Brighten foundation in Porcelain, and I also used a fluffy brush that's a little too big for eyeshadow, but too small to be a face brush. And I just pressed the powder into the concealer. Then for all over the face, I used a flat top powder brush. I go over my skin using mostly circular motions, blending it in. But when I have a spot where I've put a lot of concealer and I'm scared to mess it up, I just blot the powder into the concealer. And I also take that powder down onto my neck. Then I like to set everything at this point before I go on to like contour, highlight, blush. And for that I use the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Then I take my contour powder, which is the NYX Powder Blush in Taupe. Unfortunately, they don't make this anymore. They have one called Taupe in their new line of blushes, but it's way darker than this. Anyway, I take that on an angled blush brush, and I apply that into the hollows of my cheeks and kind of blend upward. I put a little on the side of my temples. And then I take that under the jaw and down the neck a little bit. Then I apply just a little bit of blush. I use the NYX Powder Blush in Mauve and an angled blush brush to apply this. I put most of the color towards the back of my cheeks, like the back of the apple towards the hairline. And then with whatever was left on the brush, I just quickly dusted over the apples. Then I highlighted my face with a shimmery highlight. I used the Revlon ColorStay Mineral Finishing Powder in Brighten, which is a very light shimmery pink color, and I buffed that in on the tops of my cheekbones, like in small circular motions. And then I put a tiny bit on my chin and my nose. And for my nose, I only do it on the tip of my nose. And then I apply a little bit to my Cupid's bow. Then I just quickly did my brows. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in Taupe, and I filled them in with light strokes. I'm not going to go into too much detail here because this isn't a brow tutorial. But once they were filled in, I set them with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. Then to prime the eyes, I just applied a very small amount of the Milani eyeshadow primer. Like, you don't need a lot of this. And then to kind of just set the primer, I took my powder foundation and the brush I used to apply it under my eyes and just went all over my eyelids up to the brow. Then I took a fluffy but flat eyeshadow brush and used that to apply the NYX blush in Mauve. I applied it all over my lids and into the crease. Then I took just a little bit more on just the tip of the brush and applied that to my lower lash line. Then I took an eyeshadow blending brush and the NYX blush in Taupe and applied that on top of the mauve. I used a blending brush because I didn't want it to completely cover up the blush, I just wanted it to cool it down a little. And I took the fluffy brush that I used with my foundation and gently ran it along the edges of my eyeshadow to blend it out. Then I added some of the taupe blush to my lower lash line using a very pointed crease brush. I just ran the color along where the mauve blush already was. Then I went back to the Revlon ColorStay finishing powder, and I picked some of that up on a pencil brush. I quickly gave the brush a spray with the Urban Decay All-Nighter and then applied that to my inner corners. And I'm not doing any upper liner on this look, but I did put a nude pencil in my lower waterline. It's the NYX Wonder Pencil in Light, and it basically just makes your eyes look bigger and more wide awake. And then I finished my eyes using mascara. This mascara is like a brand new tube of the L'Oreal Voluminous Million Lashes, and I actually like it better once it's had a chance to dry up for like a week or so. The lashes don't get clumped together quite as much. I quickly just wiped the lip balm off my lips. There was some powder mixed into it and I didn't want it to affect the lipstick. Then I applied just a tiny bit more of the lip balm and spread it around my lips. I did this because I wanted the lipstick I picked out to be a little more sheer than it is. Then I just applied the lipstick on top, and it's an Ulta lipstick. I don't see a shade name anywhere, but the number is 243. And the lipstick is just a light shimmery peachy nude color. And then I didn't get it on camera, but I used the Urban Decay All-Nighter again all over my face. And that's it. If there are any videos you want to see, just leave them in a comment down below. I would love to do your guys' requests. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up so I know you liked it, and hit subscribe so you see my new videos. I love you guys. Bye!